Alright, hey, we're the Wet Rats. I'm Dylan.
I'm David.
And today I'm doing this little shindig thingy. So, again, as usual, I have not seen this movie. David had seen this movie. And
A few times.
David really likes this movie, and this is the one movie on the list I did not want to see. I vetoed one movie, which was The Exorcist, because I hate demons and devils. Which I then got tricked because I didn't realize that left me open for Ju-On, a movie David had tried to get me to watch forever, and I refused to watch. However, I feel like I won slightly, because this was a really good movie, and I was not that scared of that movie. So I'll go first in my opinion, because David's seen this movie, so I'll go fresh in my opinion of this movie, is, this movie is very scary. It's a very scary movie. But as far as the movies I've seen before, I think it's a good idea to watch movies leading up to this movie to this point, because I think it eased me into it, and I was into it. I was kind of into it. I was not as scared as I thought I was going to be in this movie. And being a person who's actually really into Asian cinema, I felt like this was a really good movie, but in comparison to other Asian cinema, specifically Korean cinema, not as scary as I thought it was going to be. It was pretty good, but not as terrifying as I thought it was going to be. So that's kind of my general consensus. It was good, but not as scary as I thought it was going to be. So, David, you think this movie is the scariest movie on our list?
I think it's the scariest movie I've ever seen.
I would like to know why.
Because it's fucking scary.
Because I honestly thought it was pretty scary, but I would not say this is a movie I feel like I'm going to lose sleep over.
I don't know, man. Ghosts get to me.
Ghosts are pretty scary, I'll give you that. And I thought maybe you probably think this too, because you're a really big fan of this series. This movie really resonates with me with Silent Hill 2. The soundtrack is very Silent Hillish. Very, very Silent Hillish. It reminded me of that very much so. But the entire time I watched this movie, almost kind of like in the first 15 minutes, I kind of almost told myself, was like, okay, I think I overhyped myself in this movie. Maybe that's why I didn't think it was as scary.
Maybe. To me, this movie, the reason I think it's so scary is, as I've mentioned before, the scariest stuff to me is stuff that reminds me of situations I'll be in.
Sure.
Like, I'll be in my room and I'll hear a weird knock on the wall. Like we talked about last night with Noroi, the curse. To me, Ju-On was a series of situations I know I'll be in. Right. I'll be in a situation where I'm laying in bed, and maybe something else is under the covers there. I'll be in a situation where I'm in a public bathroom late at night all by myself.
Yeah.
And somebody comes in and I can't see who they are. I'll be in that. Like, that's a situation I will be in. I'll be in a situation where I'm in the shower and I'm like washing my hair. I'm not gonna hopefully feel a fucking hand in my hair, but like, to me, Ju-On is a series of situations that are very relatable and are going to happen to you. And to me, that's why it scared me. It was like, the whole time I was watching, I was like, oh, I'm going to be in that situation.
Right.
I'm going to be in that situation. Oh, shit, I'm going to be in that situation. And the idea of being in those situations and encountering something supernatural freaks me out.
That's what I kind of like. It was like, to me, it was the great thing of the subtleness of some of the things. Like her riding up the elevator and like the kid being in the background. The kid suddenly in the background is fucking amazing.
Yeah, there's a part where she walks by.
She's
She's just walking around her room, and there's just like a few frames where she like walks by, and you see it in the corner, and she looks. There's nothing there.
That's amazing. Because to me, if you want to make a scary movie, that's how you make it scary. If you don't blow it in your face, make the subtleness in the background.
Exactly.
You know that.
There's a part where they go to a nursing home, and like a guy's like playing peekaboo, and it's like, what's that guy doing? And there's like a quick second where you see a reflection, and it's like,
perfect.
Fuck that.
But to me,
it's
also,
that stuff.
The thing is, this is a tragedy more than and some of the things of horrors. Like, these are not malevolent creatures per se. They're tragic ghosts.
Right. But they still fucking kill you.
Sure, they still fucking kill you. They're tragic ghosts, though, which is very sad. And that's, I think, the tragedy thing was. But I will say, like, I've seen such things as a lot of Korean cinema, because I'm very into Korean cinema. And I've seen just thrillers like Cold Fish and stuff like that, if you guys are familiar with that. I remember feeling more terrified of just thrillers than I was of this film. And I totally think that not because the movie's not scary. I think I totally prepared myself way too much for this movie. I think if I'd watched the movie right off the bat with David's suggestion, I'd be way more scared of this movie.
Right.
I think it's the fact that I enjoyed this movie the entire list that I over-prepared myself for this movie. And that is why it was not as scary.
Right. Well, I mean, I kept saying it was the scariest movie I've ever seen. I remember...
That's
Shouts out to our high school biology teacher. I remember once I went to class and he was like, I saw a movie the other night, I was pretty disappointed by it. And he like went to this big speech, he's like, I saw Peter Jackson's King Kong.
right.
And I didn't like it. And I was like, oh, that was an okay movie, why didn't you like it? And he's like, because my brother told me it was the best movie ever made.
Right.
And he kept saying that. And I went to watch it, and it definitely was not the best movie ever made.
And
so maybe that's, that was kind of your thing, is like, you kept thinking like,
sure,
there's nothing going to be scarier than this. This is going to be the scariest thing.
Which
and
is,
it's not maybe the scariest thing. To me personally, it really got under my skin.
Yeah.
For me, it was the scariest movie I ever saw at the time I watched it.
Which is why I think, relevantly why I keep bringing up Korean film. Because I've seen Korean thrillers, which I think are legitimately very fucking terrifying. And why, when he said this is a Japanese film that's very terrifying, both with this Ju-on and with Noroi we watched yesterday, why I kept thinking this movie was going to be very, very terrifying. Because I was familiar with Asian film, and I was like, okay, well, if those thrillers scare me, these horror movies are going to terrify me. I'm going to be fucked. And I both thought that Noroi and Ju-on were very enjoyable, not only in a horror film aspect, but in a general aspect filming. Like, total. They were both very enjoyable without the horror aspect. So I like he said, I think it really was people telling me it's going to be the scariest movie of all time. And me being like, oh, yeah, okay, I get this, it's scary. These are going to stick with me. And I think making anything horror aspect, these elements are very important. Because I don't think Grudge would be scary at all without Ju-on, of course. I don't think anything otherwise would be terrifying in other things aspects. But at the same time, I feel like, I guess, so we're like, what, this is like 9 films in the series right now? For our 13th year? Or 13 days?
This is day 8, I want to say.
Day 8 or 9, whatever. I thought yesterday was 8.
Yeah, maybe this isn't.
Okay, so regardless, day 8, day 9, I am finding something in myself I did not know. I am way, way, way terrified of the fact of being scared. And then finding out now being an adult, I'm not scared of things I thought I was going to be. So I don't think that these things are not scary. I think I'm finding out that I'm a grown-ass man who's not terrified of bullshit anymore. Which I'm thrilled of, because I've always loved horror movies. Now I can actually watch movies and enjoy them. I'll be scared for sure. I'm not saying this is not a scary movie. But I'm finding out I'm not like the 10-year-old boy who can watch Christopher Lloyd being a zombie movie and never go to sleep because he was like some kid's zombie. I'm a grown-ass man now, so...
I don't know. This movie, like, I watched the movie for the first time about a year ago, and it still scared the shit out of me. Although I do think, and one thing that we haven't had on the series, and it is a very important thing, I think, between you and me watching these movies.
Sure.
I watch these movies by myself, and we're watching them together.
That's one thing I really want to point out, because David did say several times, these are the scary movies I saw. I am watching these in a room with a friend of mine in an apartment, which I'm going to be going to sleep in with a friend of mine.
Right.
Not in the context of, I've been in David's room and watched non-scary movies. David's house was very creepy.
Yes.
He lived in a very scary house. So I totally understand.
Yeah, I would watch scary movies. I would turn off all the lights. I always watch them with headphones too.
Yeah.
I would put on headphones with like good surround sound because I have very good quality headphones. I would turn up the volume and I would just watch these movies. And I had this creepy like closet that would be behind me.
Yes, it's a very scary closet.
And I would hear noise, like it was one of those houses that just creaks all the time.
Yeah.
And I would be watching this movie and I would hear like a creak. And I would just like pause the movie and then like slowly turn around.
Right, yeah.
And okay, nothing's back there. Alright, back to the movie. Okay, pause it. Like that. So I had a very different atmosphere.
David absolutely had 100%. Because I played PT for a time at David's place. In that place, which I couldn't sleep that night. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
But I would play PT on my own all the time at my place because I live with 5 other guys and those guys' apartments are surrounding my room.
Right.
Where David literally lives in like a really fucking creepy ass situation. So I think our scary situations are totally different.
Yeah, I think that's part of it too. Like
part of it is absolutely
not that you can't be scared of a movie, even if you're in like a whole theater full of people. You definitely still can be scared. But I think there's something about watching a scary movie all by yourself,
totally.
Knowing that nobody's around, you're the only one there, nobody's gonna help you. Like there's something really terrifying about that because then it's like it's encroaching on actual reality. Not that I actually think ghosts are gonna come out and get me, But
Right.
there's something about the fact that
But
if they did,
horror wants to prey on your reality.
yes.
And the situation is the reality of the situation. Where our reality situation is not as terrifying.
Yeah.
Apart from our door randomly opening all the fucking time. Which
Yeah.
is very scary.
And also when a bunch of stuff fell off the refrigerator
Yeah,
yesterday.
that also happened. So, not so great. But, that being said, not a point for me discovering I'm not as big as a bitch as I was. No offense offended to women. I am pleasantly surprised with my resolve because I think I am enjoying these movies as they should be and not letting them ruin my night, being terrified of them.
Right.
And I do think me being such a fan of Asian cinema, specifically Korean cinema, but as Asian cinema in general, I can enjoy these films because it's just so much better done. They don't do with the bullshit. I think there's so much bullshit in horror movies we have in America where it's it's the jump scare tactic stuff. They don't do that. They don't care about that.
Yeah, it's all cheap. And Ju-on is a movie that has jump scares, but to me they never felt cheap.
To me, they didn't feel like jump scares because, and my sole reason, like you just said, they're cheap. These don't feel cheap. They feel like what you should be scared of.
They come at the climax of a scene or a situation, and sometimes they're surprising, but they don't feel like they're bullshit. They're not fake scares.
No.
They feel like natural and organic to the story, even though they are still surprising.
It feels
you
like
can't predict them, but they're not cheap and shitty.
It feels like what the organic feel of the movie is in general, not just boom, here it is, here you go.
Yeah.
We're going somewhere else. It feels like this is the organic feel of the entire movie. Here you lift the covers, here's a fucking creepy kid.
As usual, we got cut off. I want to just quick aside. If you've been watching, yeah, we get cut off all the time. I know some people might be thinking, I keep saying like, oh, you know the drill. You probably don't. I don't know why that is. I think our camera like overheats or something. I don't know, but about every like 10 or 11 minutes, it just does that. So I apologize.
Couldn't apologize. Sorry about that. But that being said, it's fantastic. Ju-on's a great film. Like if you haven't seen Ju-on or Noroi that we talked about previously, go watch these movies. They're fucking great. If you love horror movies, there's no way you're not gonna love these horror movies. They're fucking fantastic. Subtitles aside, they're fucking great. Great movies. That being said, if you're not familiar with Asian film in general, you're in for a world of greatness because this might sound racist. I don't think it's gonna sound racist. I don't know. I'm white, so anything I see is racist. The door is creaking. It's very creepy.
Yeah, there's noises. I don't like them.
If you want terrifyingly, horribly creepy movies, watch Asian film. They do it perfectly. They do not do it our bullshit we're doing right now. Japanese film is very, very good. Korean film, if you love thrillers, watch Korean film. They're fantastic. Top notch. Like the cinematography and Korean films is amazing right now. Korean film was fantastic. Yeah, definitely check these. Like these are the fucking amazing films we watch right now, especially these Japanese films. So there's no reason if you like scary movies, definitely watch these. And if you don't see Creepshow tomorrow, it's because we just died because there's stuff going on.
Yeah, there's some scary noises.
So we might die, which is great. If you like horror movies, watch this movie right now because we're gonna die on camera.
Yeah. Speaking of scary noises, I just want to bring up real quick. I think the noise that they do in Ju-on for the ghost is the fucking scariest thing in the world. It's like a throat, like, gargling. Yeah. I don't know how to even
Which they kind of do in Noroi in a way, but not as great. Not as good.
Yeah.
It's good in a way, but
it's not in Noroi, it's more like a groan. Right. But in this, it's like this throaty, like... Yeah. And it's meant to represent the sound this girl made when her, like, neck was broken.
That's what's like great. There's so many aspects of so many characters you see throughout the film. And it almost all comes together at the end. It's fantastic. If you're not scared of too many things, that's okay. Still watch Ju-on, and it's the culmination of everything.
It's basically 6 intertwining ghost stories.
Yeah, 6 intertwining ghost stories come together.
Come together, and it comes together in a way that is very subtle. It's not like it's like, so this represents this, and this person. It's very. You're gonna have to like pay attention and like put it together yourself. Yeah. But it's all there.
It's all there.
All the pieces are there.
It all comes together in a good way. In a satisfying way as in scary, but in a satisfying way as this is a legitimately just take away the horror aspect in general. Still a good film.
Yeah, definitely.
Still very pulls it together.
Definitely.
Pleasantly surprised because honestly, as we mentioned several times before here, this was going to be my one veto that I forgot about and it got in here because I vetoed Exorcist, which I thought I actually, in retrospect, I think I won because I think I would have been more scared of Exorcist than I would have been of Ju-on. because I think I legitimately liked Ju-on. So on this list, the last two I think are definitely probably the scariest one I got. I think I'm downhill from here, really, honestly. I think I'm good.
Maybe. I will say, and
I think
again,
VH1
after this, I don't want to overhype anything.
Sure.
Because I definitely don't want to do that now. But I will just say, like, as a whole movie, to me personally, this is the scariest movie I've ever watched. I will say, there's something on one of the VHS films that terrified the fuck out of me.
And I don't want to say I'm going to be more terrified because I'm quickly realizing that I'm basing these films off of me being 10, and I'm now 25 years old.
Right.
So, not as much of a bitch as I thought I was. So, good for me. That being said, still terrifying. Not saying not terrifying. Still absolutely terrifying movies, but Creepshow is going to be, I mean, come on.
Creepshow is going to be a breeze. And then is it VHS?
It's VHS 1 and 2, so
we're doing a VHS double feature. Yeah, I'm very curious to hear your opinions on those.
Yes.
Those are...
Because there are several directors,
interesting movies.
one being, a few of them being Asian cinematographers, which I'm super excited. Is it more than one or just the one who did?
I don't know much about the other directors. I just know that for sure VHS 2 has the director of The Raid, and The Raid 2, which this has nothing to do with
I'm excited
movies.
about.
Quick
really
side note, if you haven't seen The Raid 2, fucking watch
very excited about
those.
because I am a huge Asian cinema fan, so I'm super excited for those ones. Hopefully there's more. Because, like, again, if you haven't seen movies like I Saw the Devil and Sono's, like, the Hate Trilogy, like Coldfish and all those stuff like that, do watch those. Those are great. Very much, not necessarily horror, but gory.
And
very good.
if you like, real quick, if you do like Korean films, check out The Interview. It's funny.
Super funny.
It's so funny. There's a part where they play Katy Perry.
Katy Perry.
Is that your favorite?
That is my favorite. How do you know?
Is that your favorite Korean film?
Favorite Korean film.
That's my favorite Korean film. It's made by a couple of talented Korean directors, James Franco and Seth Rogen.
James Franco, I think is how they say it in North Korean. Franco.
That's racist.
Is it racist?
Yeah.
I don't care. Everything was said was racist. So racism aside, don't watch The Interview.
That's the best review for The Interview I've ever heard. Racism aside, don't watch The Interview.
But yeah, Ju-on's great. I mean, if you watch The Grudge, watch fucking Ju-on.
If you watch the American Grudge, A, sorry, and B, check out the original. Although, unfortunately, The Grudge has like all the same moments, but shittier.
Sure.
So that sucks.
Sorry.
So if you have seen The Grudge and you haven't seen Ju-on,
sorry
that
for
kind of
Canadian
sucks.
fans. Sorry. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, for me, I feel like this movie couldn't possibly been ruined because I know so much about The Grudge that it was just like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
That being said, I was totally familiar with the boy, girl aspects, but not familiar with. So that caught me by surprise. I like that. That was a twist. Not a twist at all, probably.
I think the American one is directed by the guy who did this.
Okay.
I think it's the same director. But there's this weird thing where, like, because we mentioned it when we did The Ring, the director of the Japanese Ring directed The Ring 2, the American Ring 2. You know, those directors are amazing. Obviously, the guy who did this movie, Ju-on, is great. And the guy who did The Ring, the Japanese one, is great. But there's something that just didn't translate when they came and did. And I don't know if maybe it's a language barrier.
What's the photography film that was Japanese film?
1 Hour Photo.
1 Hour Photo. I've seen the Japanese version of 1 Hour Photo. That's very fucking terrifying. I've seen the American film.
Is that really what it is?
Is it 1 Hour
I was
Photo?
making a joke.
Sorry.
That's like the Robin
They're
Williams
legitimately.
movie.
I'm sorry. I did not Dave was being legitimate. I think Dave was throwing me a bone for a real answer.
Nope.
So
I was talking about that dumb Robin Williams movie where he likes Evangelion figures.
So does he really?
Yeah, there's a part where he like works at a toy store.
I didn't watch Evangelion when I saw that, so I don't know.
There's a part where like a kid has I think it's like I don't remember. I've never actually seen the movie. I've just seen this clip on like Tumblr. A kid has like a Unit 2 figure, and he's like, Neon Genesis Evangelion, my favorite.
No,
and it's like
it's Gillian, so you're already not a fan.
Well, he's dead, so rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. You know, why did he die? Did he pronounce Evangelion wrong?
Probably.
Is that the reason?
I remember the movie being creepy, but no, seriously. Not throwing me a bone over there, David. There's a video where like it is like taking photos and the ghosts are in the photos. I don't remember what it was. Japanese film, really good film that scared me. They did the American version of it. Don't remember what the American version is called.
I mean, that happens in The Ring and Ju-on, so I don't know what you mean.
Neither one of those. It's neither one of those.
The eye?
Maybe it's the eye.
That's not photos, but it's like somebody gets like an eye transplant and then they can see ghosts.
No, it's not the eye. I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter. Just by the fact, Japanese movies, very terrifying.
I think,
versions.
do you mean Akira?
Yeah, I mean Akira. We nailed it. No, those are very good, very, very, very creepy. I will say, scare update. We'll do like a little graphic, like
Yeah, scare update.
update.
I'll animate a whole thing.
Whole thing.
I'll animate Katie Couric,
Katie Couric.
and she'll announce it. I'll call her up. I'm friends with her. I'll call her up and be like, Katie Couric. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. I met her on Tinder.
Scare update. The Ring. I was losing sleep over. I'm over losing sleep with the Ring. I am sometimes slightly waking up scared to only the demon in Insidious. But this is what makes me feel mad about the demon in Insidious. I think the demon in Insidious is so stupidly dumb. I think he's ridiculous.
Right.
But I'm still scared of him.
Oh yeah, I wasn't scared of that. I loved Insidious. I really liked that movie.
I did.
I really wasn't
The
scared.
demon's not scary. The demon's not scary. He's dumb. He's like a goddamn Disney cartoon character.
Yeah.
But I'll occasionally find myself being scared of him. Which is dumb because he's a dumb character. He's like a jankety, like, he's a dumb character. I know he's dumb, but sometimes I'm occasionally scared by him.
Yeah.
So, scare update, that's about it. Everything else, I'm not really scared of. Noroi didn't lose any sleep over. Juwan, don't think I'm losing sleep over. So.
I don't know, man. That scene where she crawls down the stairs gets me every time.
Didn't get.
It's
I
fucking-
thought it was gonna get me. Didn't get me.
It's
That was
fucking
fine.
creepy.
I was
There's
okay with
something about that crawl that gets.
Was okay with it. Didn't scare me that much.
It's the eye contact.
I liked it. She was kind
she
of. I
makes
mean, I
eye
felt bad
contact.
for her.
I don't
she was
like.
kind of bad.
She's looking right into the camera.
I know, and I feel the tragedy. I feel the horrible tragedy. I'm sorry you died for that creepy guy. I apologize for your death.
More scary noises
It's
outside.
been raining all day here. If in case you don't know, we live in Austin, Texas. News update: there was the worst hurricane of all time.
The worst hurricane of all time,
All time.
and news update. This is the scariest one.
What is it?
We're dead.
We're dead.
We're
We
dead
died.
right now.
News update: we
The
died.
hurricane was so bad we're dead. I
dead.
shouldn't make that joke because there may be some people actually dead from the
Some
hurricane.
people might die. I
But
don't think so.
what we're making fun of is the sensationalism about people here being
Right,
like, "Oh my
because-
God, you guys are gonna die," and it's like
It was like
it's
Hurricane
barely,
Patricia or something
barely
stupid.
raining outside.
Hurricane Patricia was supposed to be the worst hurricane of all time. Didn't even become a hurricane in Mexico. It became a tropical storm.
Yeah,
So it's just
and
been-
that's where it actually hit.
That's where it
We
hit.
live in the middle of
It's just
Texas.
been a tropical. It's been
not-
nothing but raining
It's
here.
not
all
an
day.
issue. Yeah, it's
Not an
like
issue.
if you've never seen rain, this could be scary.
That's
But
That's stupid.
we've seen rain. So
We've
it's not-
been raining before. So.
Anyways, we don't need to talk about Austin, Texas weather. This is
We
a
do
video,
not.
and maybe this is like 20 years after we uploaded it and you're watching it. You don't care about
Right.
what the weather
I do
is
think we
now.
spelled Juwan right, so I can point it out. I think we nailed it.
It's only 4 letters, not that hard to spell.
Right, but we totally
All right.
spelled Noroi wrong. So, well, I spelled Noroi wrong. So,
You only missed 1 letter.
to
That's
be
not
fair,
that bad.
yeah, true. I missed the.
And to be fair, it's like no read. You don't really see the O
Right,
or
right.
hear the O.
So it was more of my personal gain more than Juwan. So,
Yeah, I was seeing if you spelled anything else wrong. But it
oh,
looks,
probably I can't spell.
all
for
the
shit.
rest looks good.
I can't spell for shit. That's the scary part. Can't spell. I'm 25 years old and I can't spell. So
The
pretty
scarier
scary.
part is when you actually spell something right, but then it autocorrects it to be wrong.
sure,
That's the
what's
scariest part.
Mhm.
Technology's evil. That's the theme of this series. Technology's evil.
So
yeah.
I mean, in summarization, I was super dreading this movie. This review right now we're watching, as you're watching it right now, was going to be a totally different review because I expected to cuss David out for fucking him for fucking me over, and it didn't end up being that. I was okay with it. It was a perfectly fine movie. Okay, back again. I was okay with being tricked by David's tricks because I think I would rather watch this movie than The Exorcist. I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with my decisions.
What a wonderful day for an exorcism.
Yeah, I'm not. So, all in all, good film. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed both this film and actually I also enjoyed Noroi. Noroi was actually a good film. Both films I wasn't. There were scary films I wasn't necessarily scared by. Both good. So I think VHS is all I have on this list. I think I'm going to be terrified by.
You're not going to be scared of Creepshow?
No,
What if Leslie Nielsen's really scary?
he might be pretty spooky. Pretty spooky how good he is in that movie. VHS I'm probably going to be scared by. Friday the 13th I'm going to be okay by. I've seen Cabin in the Woods, so I'm okay with that one.
What if there's something you missed?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I think you might. I mean, I might be fucking myself in saying this. I think we're all down here from here, boys. I don't think David's gonna be terrified by Cabin in the Woods, unfortunately.
I think I'm going to be scared. I heard there's Scrawny Weaver. I'm scared of her.
She's
I
in
heard
that
there's a
movie.
mermaid. I'm scared of the mermaid.
The mermaid is actually scary. I was going to part of the mermaid.
So, no, I think I'll love Cabin in the Woods.
I hope so. I really, mark my words. I really hope David likes Cabin in the
Yeah,
Woods.
although to be fair, I do think I will like Cabin in the Woods, but I'm not a Joss Whedon fan, so we'll see. Could go either way.
Do I think? Okay, predictions. Do I think David lived up to the hype of Cabin in the Woods? No. Do I think David will enjoy Cabin in the Woods? I really, really hope so.
Right, yeah, it was kind of overhyped. Here's what we'll do. If you think I like Cabin in the Woods, rate this video 5 stars. If you think I like it a little bit, rate this video 4 stars.
Ironically,
and if you think I don't,
I was going to do the same thing.
Rate it 1 star.
Last video. I'm going to say, if you make 5 stars on this video, I'll watch Ju-on. If you don't, I'll pretend I was watching Ju-on. Spoiler alert, I watched Ju-on anyway, so I was okay with it.
How long has it been since YouTube had star ratings?
Oh, yeah, a long time.
How long do you think we'll keep making the joke about people should rate our videos 5 stars?
A long time, because I keep forgetting they don't have star ratings.
That's my favorite joke, because I think it's got to be like 3 or 4 years
so long ago
since they added only likes and dislikes. But there's something to me that cracks me up about asking people to rate our video 5 stars.
5 stars.
So
yeah, so I mean, really, David, what did you lose on this list right now?
What did I lose?
What did you lose? You won this list, right?
Well, to be fair, I've seen most of these movies.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of horror movies that would surprise me.
To be fair, David's been trying to watch Ju-on for a very long time before we decided his list.
Yeah.
And I've watched it now.
True.
And I have been pleasantly surprised by everything David suggested, so shouts out to David.
I like good movies. I don't typically...
I'm excited. No, I'm excited to be fair. Like, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm pretty picky with movies in general. And TV shows, I'm very picky, actually.
Very much is. Very, very picky.
Even ones that are very highly rated. And it's not that I don't like them or think that they're bad. Sometimes I do, if they're actually bad. But a lot of times I just am not into it. Like, I respect it. Like, for example, I watch, and this is not horror at all. But for example, I watched Breaking Bad and I was like, I don't like that at all.
Right.
I actually kind of hate it. But I don't think it's bad. I personally do not like it at all. But that doesn't mean I think it's a bad show. I just didn't like anything that it was doing.
Right.
I have just kind of weird taste. And then there's some things that are super mainstream that I love too. I mean, Terminator 2, one of the highest grossing movies of all time.
Yeah, sure.
My favorite movie of all time. It made a fucking $20 billion. Not that much, but it made a lot of money. And, it's just, I don't know. It's weird how I rate stuff.
And it becomes hard because I respect David's opinion, but I am definitely way more lenient. That being said, I don't think movies are better than what David says, but I am more willing to accept certain movies in certain situations.
Right, yeah. I'll admit that I am, very cynical about a lot of movies that I maybe shouldn't be about. But it's not that I try to be. It's not that I try to be contrarian. I don't enjoy... In fact, when I watched... To bring up Breaking Bad again, when I watched Breaking Bad, I actually felt really kind of down on myself. I was like, oh, man, everybody that I respect, everybody's opinion that I respect says this is great, and I didn't like it. And I wasn't happy. I wasn't like, oh, yeah, I'm the one exposing the show for the bad show it is. It wasn't like that. I'm not trying to be contrarian. It was like, man... I really, really wish I would have liked this because everybody I respect loves it, and I just didn't.
Where I'm different is, I will totally watch something mediocre. Nobody gets mediocre, but I'll just watch it. And nobody gets shit. But that being said, what David's saying is he wants to be better, which is why I'm glad we made this list because I like horror movies, but I have a certain standard for horror movies.
Yeah.
I don't want horror movies to be better than they are scary, being as they're so good, they're worth the watch over the horror.
Yes.
So far being said, I think the movies are worth the horror we had. These are good movies in of themselves, not just the horror or scary aspect. They are good movies in of themselves.
Exactly, and that's a tough thing to balance with horror. Because,
it's very hard to do with horror.
Are you going to be super scary, or are you going to be super good? And it's hard to find a balance.
Yeah, you can be a shitty movie that's so scary.
Yeah.
But you're a shitty movie. I want a movie that's good and engaging while scary.
Yeah.
And so far, I think our list has nailed that, which I'm pleasantly surprised by. I'm really glad of, and I'm super... So I think that's why I have not been as scared as I thought I was going to be, because I think I've enjoyed the films so much onto a level where these are very good films that are scary.
Right,
Not just being scary movies.
That was a weird noise.
That was a thunder noise.
I hope it was thunder.
It
sounded like somebody knocked a body down and it fell on the ground.
Pretending it was going to be one of those. So yeah, so far, hey guys, we're in the final stretch, so if you're watching it so far, thank you. We have Creepshow, the VHS series, Friday the 13th, and Cabin in the Woods. So,
I should say, you said VHS series. We're not watching VHS Fire, just to clarify.
No.
That doesn't count. The two good VHS movies.
But yeah, hey guys, thanks for sticking with us so far. It's been great. We got so many great main commentators coming left. So, so far, I'm having a fun time, David. How about you? Having a fun time?
Yeah, man.
I'm having a great time.
Hell yeah, man. I like all these movies. There's only a few I hadn't seen, but I like all the ones I haven't seen.
Me too. I have not seen most of these movies. I'm having a fantastic time. I think I've been pleasantly surprised with all these movies so far. I've already seen Scream. Halloween was great. Halloween's about as far as I was expecting. The Ring was great. I love The Ring. Blair Witch was really, really good. Insidious, I was super surprised by.
Insidious was great.
Very good. Love Insidious. The Omen was pretty good. I really liked The Mist a lot. The Mist was fantastic.
The Mist was really good. I definitely, the Omen was the weak link.
Yes,
I enjoyed it, and I'm glad I watched it. But I'll probably never watch it
The
again.
Omen was too predictable because I think too many things have done what Omen
Yeah,
before.
and again, we mentioned when we talked. I don't want to get too much in the Omen. We already talked about it. But you got to respect it for what it is.
Exactly.
But at the same time,
It's been...
everything else has done it.
And like David literally made the exact comment before I watched it with me, like, I think I'm gonna like the Omen, but I think it's gonna be one of those things where too many things I've referenced it by now, it's gonna be old. And
Yes.
it was one of the things with too many things I've referenced.
Yeah, definitely.
The Mist was awesome. I love The Mist.
Yeah.
I'm still into The Mist. I'm still thinking about The Mist today.
The Mist was cool.
I love
for
The Mist.
sure. Definitely.
Noroi and Juon, super into. I was really surprised by. I still think of Noroi, not in a scary aspect. Still think of Noroi in a good aspect of that was really good and creepy. Liked it. I'm probably gonna think about Juon for the next probably couple days. Like that a lot. Excited to get a VHS.
Hell yeah.
I'm not now that I know I'm not a bitch.
Hell yeah, man.
So
Bitches get stitches on the
around
13 days of
13
Halloween.
Yeah, they do.
So
Rob Zombie, burn in the ditches and serve in the bitches and so
hell yeah. Go ahead and torrent that song.
Turn the song.
In fact, actually, you at this point you've probably already watched this video, unless you skip to this point.
Sure.
Either way, go ahead and start it over, but loop that song and just play the whole video again.
Sure, do it.
But with that song
With
looped.
the song looping it.
And you'd be amazed at how not only how much you'll like this video more,
Right.
but how scarier
That
it
was
is.
creepy.
It's gonna be way scarier. Because I don't know if you knew this, Rob Zombie made Halloween.
He did.
I mean, you could argue John Carpenter made it first. You could argue that.
You could argue.
But let's be real. Rob Zombie really made Halloween.
Okay, so if I want to break it down, let me break it down to you. So Rob Zombie did a Halloween movie, and John Carpenter said, "I'm friends with Rob Zombie, not going to come in." So obviously he made Halloween.
Yeah, you could even say
John Carpenter didn't say anything about it.
you could even argue John Carpenter robbed
Zombie, the film. So I mean, if he hated it, he would have said something, right? So it's okay. That's okay.
Hell yeah. I can't wait till 2015 is over so I can find out John Carpenter's favorite video games this year. Leave it in the comments. What do you think John Carpenter's favorite video games this year was?
Probably Mario Party 10.
I'm going to guess Animal Crossing,
Sure.
Woolly World.
Well, which Animal Crossing though?
Huh?
Fiesta, Animal Crossing Fiesta, or Animal Crossing the game come out this year.
Animal Crossing Treasure Tractor.
Yep.
Check it out, Treasure Tractor. It's where you're an animal on a tractor and you got to get that treasure out of the farm.
It's spooky.
That's going to be John Carpenter's favorite movie.
While
Even
being
though
chased
it's
by
actually
a
a
killer.
video game,
Being chased
he's
by a
going to
killer.
love it. No, he just loves the cuteness.
Sure, it's really cute. Like the killer's cute. He didn't kill you. It's just cute.
I'm making a joke, but I can't remember what it is. There's some website that every year publishes like John Carpenter's favorite video games of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
I can't remember it's probably like Kotaku or something dumb.
Don't care. Don't know why he posts that. But sure,
Yeah.
cool.
There's
Thanks
some website that every year is like, guess what? John Carpenter once again sent in his favorite games this year.
Thanks,
This
John.
year it was Last of Us.
Thanks, John.
Cool. Thanks, John
Appreciate it,
Carpenter.
John.
I mean, hey, to be fair, big fan of your movies, but what are you doing? I don't give a shit what video games you played, man. You like Angry Birds? I don't fucking care.
This, what was that nice?
What were you gonna say?
This year, Steve Linsky's favorite kids movies.
Steve Blazinski's. Yo, that's Cliffy B's brother nobody knows about. Steve Blazinski. Stevie B. He's gonna make the next Gears of War game.
Thanks, Stevie.
Hell yeah.
Thanks.
Alright, this is kind of locking up.
Yeah.
We
We're
stopped
on
talking
track.
about you on like 20 minutes ago.
We did. We stopped talking about you on like 10 minutes ago.
Yo, if you're still watching, go ahead and rate this video 5 stars.
5 out of 10 Juwons.
Yeah. 5 out of 10 Buscemi's.
We're going on too long. Good film, great film, good list, great list. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4,
5 or 6 Pokemon.
Okay, not going on. I almost got a tangent. It almost got me. 4 movies left to go, so keep on keeping on with us. Creepshow's next time. Looking forward to Creepshow. Creepshow's gonna be good. I hope. Hopefully it's not a bad movie we picked. For no reason.
Yeah, I don't know about Creepshow.
We're pretty iffy on
I do want to
Creepshow.
point out real quick, when we made the announcement video for this, we said, like, yo, we got to have Creepshow because we got to have something by Stephen King. And somebody immediately commented, was like,
Yeah, Creepshow was a...
You know The Mist was written by Stephen King.
Creepshow was a joke pick we picked, a stupid idea we picked, so I think we kind of want to win on Creepshow. We're kind of really iffy on that one.
Yeah, to be fair, we wanted, because Ju-On was going to be real scary, and VHS are going to be scary, so we wanted a little bit of a buffer in the middle of that.
I'll take the blame for Creepshow if it sucks. That was my suggestion. I was like, if you get Creepshow, if you get Ju-On, then fuck you, I'm picking Creepshow, because I knew it was going to be scary. So if it sucks, my bad. Sorry, apologies, because Ju-On wasn't even that bad. So join us tomorrow for Creepshow, and David, last thoughts.
I want to say thank you to George W. Bush, because George W. Bush was actually, and this is a very little known fact, he wrote The Ring. And not the Japanese original, that was written by somebody else. He wrote the American one. And it was actually George W. Bush's decision to cast Naomi Watts, because after 9/11, who else are you going to cast? Right? So, thank you, George W. And just to let you know, buddy, 2016 election comes around, I'm voting for you.
So that's all we got for the videos. So enjoyed the video. I hope you did.
Yeah, good sentence.
So,
I want to point out real quick one more final thought. Today, this is going to be yesterday from all y'all watching, or actually 2 days ago, I uploaded the Mist video, and the day before that, the Omen went up.
You did. That's an order.
Because we're doubling down on these a little bit because we're busy, so we're actually recording these faster than you're watching them, or they're being uploaded.
Didn't even know until now.
When the Omen was uploaded, we had a couple nice people comment and say,
"Hey, thanks, guys.
You guys are real good. We appreciate your content." I just wanted to point out, if they happen to stick around, if you're still watching now, feel free to take those comments back. That's okay. We're not going to hold anything against you because what the fuck? What have we been doing for the last 20 minutes? We're still fucking talking.
Listen, Debbie Downer, guys. Thank you for your comments. You guys are real cool guys. Appreciate it. Keep watching.
I appreciate your comments too, but go ahead and feel free to take them back now.
Don't take them back. You did it. It's on the internet.
Take them back like you're taking back your votes for Barack Obama.
I screenshotted the comments. You can't take them back.
Obama means family.
Don't listen to this guy. This guy who was saying. It doesn't mean. Movie does, I don't know appropriately enough, but thanks for your comments, thanks for your kind words, thanks for the likes and subscribes. Join us tomorrow.
And be sure to subscribe to us, youtube.com/Alt8Studios.
Barack Obama doesn't deserve the presidency.
You want to know a secret though that I really did learn?
What?
Barack Obama caused their new hurricane.
God damn it, Barack, what are you doing? I liked you for a little bit. Shut it off. Shut it off. Wait, which one to shut off? Which one's the shut off button? Which one's the shut off? Oh wait, I really don't know what the shut off button is now.